Welcome back to the Washington Beltway. As you can see, we are starting this afternoon's commute with a little bit of traffic. So this is, if you missed my first video, just a quick explanation. We have this week in the Washington, D.C. area, a group of people who are driving around the Washington Beltway, the highway that circles Washington, D.C., and they're making this drive every day as a form of protest, because they want to be heard by our government. They're upset about pandemic response. They want restrictions to end, and they are driving around the Washington Beltway as a way of getting some attention and hopefully getting the ear of some politicians. So, taking their lead, I have decided to kind of get up on my soapbox while I am driving the Washington Beltway myself, because to me, this is an everyday drive. There's nothing special about this. I do it every day. But I figured while I'm sitting in the car, I might as well take some time to talk about stuff. So here I am. This is actually going to be a kind of a continuation of yesterday's soapbox. Yesterday, I started talking about education, and I was pleasantly surprised that my commute yesterday did not take as long as I thought. And I had really kind of just started talking about education and teachers, and I was, to the end of my drive on the Beltway for the day. So I figured I want to spend a little bit more time talking about education, because it is a topic that is really important to me. And yesterday I started talking about really kind of all the things that we are piling on teachers. And I want to kind of offer an analogy for that. When I was teaching, I would love to kind of work through analogies with my students and talk about comparisons and that sort of thing by using analogies. So I'm going to compare what we're doing to teachers to a bike commute. I used to try as often as possible to commute by bike, and a couple factors with the bike commute that I realized pretty quickly. It's going to take it takes more effort, and it's going to take more time. And that's kind of where teachers are on a good day. They've decided to become teachers. They've chosen education as their career, with the understanding that it's going to take more effort. It's going to take more time. They've realized that. If they've looked into the teaching profession at all, they know that they're going to spend a lot of time outside of school, grading papers, lesson planning, and that sort of thing. And they've made that choice anyway, and for a lot of good reasons. And back to the bike commute, I'm willing for my commute to take more time and take more effort, because it's awesome to be outside, enjoying where I am, getting some exercise. So there's a benefit that teachers are getting with this career choice. It's a really rewarding job. They're working with students. They're seeing the progress in their students. It's a lot of fun. Teaching can be a lot of fun. All right, so teaching is like a bike commute. Now, There were days when it was rainy, and I would still choose to commute by bike. There were days when it was really cold, and I would choose to commute by bike. I would still take that option. And that's pretty average for teachers. There's going to be some stuff that comes their way. They're going to work in a school where their pay is not that great, or work in a school where the environment is really challenging, and they still choose to do it. Good for teachers. You're awesome. If it was cold and rainy, I'd start to think twice about my bike commute. Pretty avid biker, but I would still kind of, am I sure I want to do this? And so that's kind of where teachers are. They're willing to take some difficulties in their job. They're willing to face those challenges. How many of those challenges are they willing to face is sort of the question. Most teachers I know are probably gonna jump in, regardless. They're gonna do that bike commute, even though it's cold and even though it's raining. They're gonna do it. That's awesome. Where we are right now, we've got lockdown drills in schools. We've got people saying that we need to start arming our teachers so they can protect our children. We have virtual teaching where we're asking teachers to suddenly move all their instruction online. We have parents and communities that are standing up and saying we don't want schools to teach this, or schools must teach this other thing. We have parents that want live video stream of their child's classroom so that they can keep an eye on their teachers. That's a whole bunch of stuff that we're piling on teachers. Back to my bike commute, willing to put up with the rain, willing to put up with the cold. If you suddenly throw at me construction on the bike path, so I got to take a big detour, or a really crowded bike path where I can't even get through. Maybe the bike path surface is really full of potholes and rocky. All that stuff is going to eventually add up to me saying, I don't want a bike commute. Pile enough stuff on, and I'm going to decide I'm not getting on my bike anymore. And really, that is where teachers are right now. They have decided, they've chosen this career knowing that they're not going to get paid as much, knowing that they're going to have to work after school, work weekends, work over the summer, long hours. They've accepted that, and that's awesome for teachers. They're choosing a really rewarding career, but we can't keep piling on the stuff. We can't keep expecting more of them. We can't keep making demands of them. We can't we can't expect to tell them how to teach, what to teach, when to teach, all this stuff. We need to give teachers a break. We need to let them teach. They went to school. They got their degree in education. They're professionals. They're the experts. They know how to teach. They got into education because they love kids. They love working with students. Let's let them do their jobs and stop telling them what to do. Stop criticizing them for what they're doing. And I'm getting to the end of my Beltway commute, so I'm going to wrap up with a similar thought to yesterday. This is kind of part 2 of yesterday's, to do justice for my little soapbox on education. If you want to make an impact for your child, for your school, for your area, for the schools in your area, if you aren't happy with things the way they are, or think that things could be different or could be better, my advice to you is to get in touch with your child's teacher, get in touch with the school, and offer to help. Find out what you can do to help the school, to help the teacher. Find out what the school needs. Volunteer, offer your time. Bring stuff in for Teacher Appreciation Day. Write an email to the teacher thanking them for the job they're doing. Do something to help. Don't just sit back and say what's wrong. Do something to help. That's my soapbox for today. I hope to see you on the Beltway sometime soon.